Very important, viewers. What are you seeing on your screens? In 2 days, Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate the new Parliament building on Sunday. Ahead of the inauguration, the centre has released the first look of the Naya Sansad building, which is built by the people of India, for the people of India. The magnificent triangular structure spreads across 65,000 square meters. This is the first sneak preview. It's a temple to democracy that we can truly call our own, made with the contributions of Indians born free, made by the hands of Indians that are today in control of their own destiny, and designed by unfettered Indian minds that are repository of not only strictly Western ideals, but Bharat's civilizational values. The new Parliament, viewers, is an ode also to progress. It is built with Indian sensibilities, as I told you. We have finally emerged from under the shadows of British India's legacy. We've emerged. And this is a forward-looking building, viewers. It's a cradle of democracy that will spawn many more MPs commensurate with our growing population and our growing engagement with democracy, viewers. This is a beautiful moment. The Congress turned out in its best, Sunday best, in a sense. To prance in 1947 in a parliament that wasn't built by us. But it is not going to show up tonight or tomorrow or day after, viewers, in a parliament built by us. What does that tell you? Let's ask that question. Professor Madhav Nalapat is here with us. Lovely to see you again after a while, Professor Nalapat. I want to ask you, yes, the Congress has a problem. Yes, it might even have the moral upper hand in this argument. Let's concede that point. But should it be, Professor Nalapat, churlish enough to sulk in a corner and boycott this moment and not be part of a history that we are making with our own hands and our own minds and our own philosophy?
Rahul, the operative word is history. And I would like to take this dialogue away from considerations of politics and considerations of religion. This is an Indic symbol, and it's got an Indic meaning. And when I say Indic, I mean the entire history of India. Now, unfortunately, as the kind of books that we have read in our history lessons, the kind of books that were bequeathed to us by our colonial rulers, 9/10 of our history was given not even 1/10 of the space in history books, not even 1/10, with the result that many Indians, and I would like to say, I would like to go away from, narrow considerations of politics and religion and faith. These are minor barriers. The main thing is we are all Indians. And from that point of view, 9/10 of history was left out. Now, what we are seeing here is, something that was introduced during the Chola period. It was introduced in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, by the way, is a state in which the Congress party is very active. And from that point of view, the Cholas began in the 3rd century before Christ and continued till the 13th century after Christ. They sent expeditions all over to Indonesia, to Malaysia. Some even stay further afield. They may have reached the Philippines. It's something to be proud of. It's something for every Indian to be proud of. So I'm really sorry that this debate has been reduced to the level of religion and politics. I think it's wrong. The fact is, I'm very happy that this symbol is now going to adorn our democracy, because it reminds us that we are at least our history goes back at least several thousand years. And I think every bit of that 1,000 years is to be, every bit of that 5,000 years is to be celebrated. I'm not saying don't celebrate one part or the other, but please celebrate the whole of it. And this is an Indic practice signifying that the ruler, whoever is in charge, should be righteous. And I think that's a very great message to all rulers who will hopefully, hold this.
Yes,
and may I point out
and
one
this
thing?
history, Professor Nalapat, will be enshrined through that symbol also in the house that represents the aspirations and gives voice to the people of this country. What more would you want, viewers? What more would you want? And let me tell you, I'm not surprised that the Congress party, Mr. Mondol, or the Congress party's ecosystem doesn't think of India before 1947. Because you see, in 1991, they passed the Places of Worship Act, which shackled those that believe in a Sanatani outlook. Viewers, it shackled them. No claim could be made on any of their places of worship, viewers, their places of worship, to reclaim them after 47. So, metaphorically speaking, in 1991, the Congress party said that nothing before 1947 stands. And therefore, perhaps, I don't know, maybe they have a problem with this beautiful tribute to our Indic civilization. Professor Mondol, would you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? If you do, why?
No, I don't think that India began in 1947. India had a history of thousands of years. It began with the world of Ramayana and Mahabharata. So that is not our narrative at all. We are very clear on one issue, that this particular government, this particular political party does not believe in the voice of the opposition. Parliament, they say the parliament belongs to the opposition. The only demand right now, first of all, we had problems with the construction of this particular building during the pandemic, during the raging pandemic of the second wave. You had seen how the streets of Delhi were virtually turned into crematory. So we had problem. One, at that point of time, people were dying on the streets, people were being burnt on the street, and you had this kind of scene that the 20,000 crores are being spent. We found it brutally obscene. And right now, along with that, when you are not inviting the head of the parliament, you're not inviting the head of the constitution. I think this completely undermines not just the constitutional propriety, but also political morality. I mean, look at what has it come down to. The opposition parties now need to go to the Supreme Court to wake up the government. So it is, according to Mr. Modi, my pride, my parliament. It is indeed so. It is his parliament. It is his pride. Not the pride of India, not the pride of the people of this country, but it's Mr. Modi's pride,
okay.
It's Mr. Modi's building, it's Mr. Modi's house.
Okay.
It is not a home of the people of India.
Okay.
It is a house built by Mr. Modi with his dream and with his passion, not with the dream of the people. No, It's not a home. It has not become a home for people, for people's representative. It has become a house built by Mr. Modi.
I think you have forgotten that the BJP is in the majority in this house. Therefore,
yes, that's what you believe
majority
in.
represents.
That is majoritarianism.
Professor
That is
Mondol.
hegemony.
Professor Mondol, 1 minute. Okay, now everyone is going to start shouting. We're all going to erupt. 1 second. I just want to make 2 points, viewers. I know he'll keep speaking over me, but let me just make 2 points. For everyone's...
I need to make a rebuttal.
Yeah, I'll just give you the space. Just give me 10 seconds. For everyone's information, this is not a parliament session. This is a ceremonial function, number one. Number two, this is a function that has no constitutional undergirding.
Which has been defiled.
Excuse me, Professor Mondol, I'm only talking. You can come to the parliament, you can throw the mics again, you can make the point about federalism being murdered, you can make the point about the opposition being squeezed out, but that's on a different day. We are talking about a ceremonial function to give ourselves a parliament. You want to boycott it, it's your choice, no problem. Sanju Verma. It's okay, sir. Sanju Verma, quick response.
in any form
how can I respond when he continues to blabber?
Okay, we'll have to lower your fader. Sir, I'll count till 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, he's quiet. Sanju Verma, go ahead.
Thank you, Rahul. Rahul, let me be very clear with you.
Yeah.
You know, I am tired of listening to this false narrative that the Prime Minister is violating the constitutional propriety in attempting to go ahead and inaugurate the new Parliament building. Mr. Mondal and everyone from the opposition, those 21 opposition parties, you need to educate yourselves, and I'll tell you why. Under Article 74(1) and under Article 75(1) of the Constitution, the Prime Minister, as the head of the government, Narendra Modi in this case, has the prerogative and is well within his rights to inaugurate the new Parliament building, because, let me tell you, Article 74(1) and 75(1) say a very important thing. They say that the President of India is the de jure head of the state, but the Prime Minister is the de facto head of the government. And in this case, the de facto head of the government is going to inaugurate the Parliament building. Point number 1 and point number 2. You made many points, Mr. Mondal. I will expose your hypocrisy in 20 seconds. Mamata Banerjee did not allow the then Governor K.N. Tripathi to even visit riot-hit Asansol in 2018. In 2021, violating every established protocol, Mamata Banerjee appointed vice-chancellors to more than 3 dozen universities in West Bengal without even taking the consent or prior approval of the then Governor, Jagdeep Dhankar. So don't sit here and give me
a I've run out of time.
Political morality.
I've run out of time on this debate, but hardly, viewers, I don't think that we can hold up the Mamata Banerjee example and say that, okay, because she did so, we can do so also. Yeah, Sanju Verma, so forget about that. I think fundamentally, viewers, this is a ceremonial function. A large number of newspapers which aren't really well apportioned in any which way to the Prime Minister or his government have even said that perhaps the opposition is taking it a bit too far. There's still time. There's still time. Maybe they'll change their mind, at least we hope so, viewers. I'll leave it at this. The news are with Navika Kumar.